individuals and companies use generative AI without necessarily notifying the IT department. They use it on the side, and that's called shadow AI.
Shadow AI.
So that's exposed to a whole lot of security issues. In fact, it's one of the biggest weaknesses.
Good afternoon. Welcome to ITWeb TV. If you just tuned in, we are reporting to you live from the ITWeb Cloud and Data Center Summit 2025. I'm joined here by Chris Geerdts. He's the MD at BMIT. Thank you, Chris, for making the time. It's great to be able to meet you and speak with you.
Pleasure, and thanks for including us in the conference. We really appreciate it.
It's been a very packed day, lots of content and lots to discuss. Your presentation, though, focused on the opportunities and challenges within the data center and cloud environment in South Africa. For the benefit of those who weren't here, could you just give us a brief synopsis of what you were speaking about?
Oh, yes, sure. Thanks. It was a keynote, so we were trying to set the tone.
Yes.
And thinking about there being quite a wide variety of interests. So everybody's interested in the industry, using the opportunities, but from different perspectives. So I looked at a common theme, and one very relevant to Africa and also the G20 as well. They mentioned it there. So it's the democratization of ICT.
Right.
The fact that it's so much more available at the moment than it was. And as we move into AI as well, the democratization of AI, that rural people, all you have to do is really have a connection, can even get free access to GPT.
Right.
But the paradox that comes with it, and this is what I was explaining, was that the digital divide is actually paradoxically increasing in the world and not decreasing. So people have more opportunities, but they're getting further left behind.
Right.
So my pitch to the audience is to think about how you can unlock the opportunities that actually exist, or make it enable or facilitate for customers, and get hold of those to help your customers to unlock for themselves the true potential of what they're actually holding in their hands. Yeah.
Which is very key at the moment, especially in the economy we're in, and the emerging markets. So, can you identify the kind of opportunities and challenges for each of the stakeholders that you mentioned today?
Yeah, sure. Well, if you think about, just to take it further, I looked at different angles. So there's a telco angle or focus, there's a IT angle, and then there's the facilities. The real estate, the water and power of the centers. And from the telco one, it was quite interesting because when companies were started like Google, they talked about democratizing knowledge, make it more easily accessible, organizing it for access. Facebook talked about organizing connections to make it easier. Uber, cars.
Right.
And so these platforms actually have become so powerful because of what they do. If you look at a data center now, I consider it as a platform.
Yeah.
Because in the old days, you had to have your premises, put your server there, go and buy it, get an IT person, get an ISP to connect to your customers, get an IT to connect to all your suppliers and and whoever you were going to connect to.
Yes.
Now you sit in a data center, you've got this massive connectivity around you. You've got scalable, secure connections going up to terabits if you need it.
Right.
And easy access because you can pay as you go with the service. You don't even have to go in. You can actually just have a connection into on a website and get it. So you've got all these powerful tools. So the data centers actually become a platform of opportunity.
Right.
From a telco perspective. And if it's not in this data center, there's big connectivity to other ones. So how do you unlock that? So that was the telco angle on it.
Right. And that notion or that the data center should be the platform is something that you stressed in your presentation.
Yeah.
Obviously, therein lies a lot of opportunity if telcos play their cards right.
Yeah, if you're a telco, how do you make that accessible and more widely for startups, for companies that want to add new services, for established companies that want to reduce costs or take advantage of new opportunities? So that was the one angle. I did look at less, more mundane opportunities, like the opportunities, for example, if you look on the IT side, I showed how the traditional IT services in terms of their growth are quite flat.
Right.
There used to be a lot of growth. Some of them were popular, like managed services. Now they're all flat, but the growth is coming from the cloud-based services. Infrastructure as a service, software as a service, power platforms as a service, and then the managed component around that, so cloud management services.
Right.
So not the old managed services, but the cloud managed services.
Okay.
So that's where all the growth is, and particularly around cloud managed services as well, because companies are going through this digital transformation. In the process, they've cloudified. They've moved into the cloud.
Yes.
All the skills that you need are not there. There's a scarcity because everyone's doing it at the same time.
Right.
So there's a massive shortage. So there's another opportunity to service the enterprises that are moved with these managed services. And one of the areas in particular that needs to be highlighted, which we discussed, was security.
Yes. Yeah.
Because now you've got new types of security issues. Not only are you being pounded with your day-to-day security attacks, like ransomware, phishing, all the traditional ones, but now having a cloud-based service sprawled across multi-clouds. So a company normally has a lot. You have to manage the complexity, you have to bring it together. And people didn't really think in the beginning that there were actually unique security issues, but of course, attack actors follow the opportunity.
It's interesting you mentioned that. Sorry, it's just because the term LLM jacking was quite profound and incredible. I mean, I hadn't actually heard of that before, but there's ability to actually hijack LLMs.
Yes, yeah. So we came across that recently and just thought we'd mention that because companies are using LLMs, large language models, which are part of generative AI more and more.
Yes.
And the one aspect of that that's not exactly overlapping but interesting is that it was found that many individuals and companies use generative AI without necessarily notifying the IT department. They use it on the side, and that's called shadow AI.
Shadow AI.
So that's exposed to a whole lot of security issues. In fact, it's one of the biggest weaknesses. But even if you do use it, people are actually attacking the actual LLM of the company to inject security issues. So I'm not a technical person, so I haven't looked into the details. Yeah. And also try and get companies to use LLMs which have malware sort of built into it. One of the easiest things to do there is to get access to company data through that, because the user's busy feeding in the data. So there's an obvious gap if you don't have it bolted down. Yeah.
So it's a bit of a catch-22, right? I mean, it's a question of like you explained, organizing yourselves, organizing resources, addressing the complexities, having to leverage those resources to the best of your ability. But there are other security issues, and security probably arguably is one of the biggest challenges at the moment for a lot of companies.
Yeah,
as they sort of digitally transform.
Yeah, and I was using that to talk not only about the transformation, but the obvious adoption of AI, because that is such a profound phenomenon. It's happening, hyper-evolving and happening far faster than we've experienced anything before. So I did talk about this long arc of digital transformation, which is now coming to, not totally to an end, but being supplanted by the growth of AI, which is almost like the next arc, but not happening nearly as slowly. You know, now, I think the first billion queries came with ChatGPT in 2 years instead of 11. So that's like a massive increase.
11 years was that? Who was that?
From when Google first went live to when they got their first billionth query, that was 11 years, and now it's
Quite the comparison.
2 years, yeah.
So it's been brilliant to chat with you. Is there a message or key takeaway that you'd love to lead the audience who weren't able to hear your presentation? Is there anything that you would say to them as a last sort of fundamental message?
Sure, I think the issue of, let's say, South Africa being able to participate more fully in the digital world going forward is key to all of us. So one has both a commercial benefit, if you can find the right way to, and a country benefit of us using the opportunities more.
Right.
So as practitioners in the industry, you know, if we can help our customers, and being aware that AI is growing so quickly, one, we want to provide the right services so that's done properly. But as you go into AI, I suppose the current issues are the quality and credibility and security of your data.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of opportunity in being the one that helps companies to understand what data they need to get it in a clean way, properly, and have the data to have credibility. So I think that's one big opportunity.
I think it'll be interesting. No matter what happens going forward, it's going to be interesting times ahead. Thank you, Chris, for being with us today, and have a good rest of the day. Thank you very much for tuning in. Watch the space.